Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel all about VLSI. In this particular video, we are going to develop the Verilog code for start frame delimiter. Basically, we are going to develop the Verilog code for this particular module. Let me open it. So we are going to basically develop TX underscore preamble model code where this particular code or module is going to basically, introduce the preamble byte in our Ethernet frame. And regarding this Ethernet frame, we have discussed in great detail like what are the fields which are present in Ethernet, start frame delimiter, preamble, and data, CRC, and this and all we have discussed in great detail. And this particular module job is to create a TX underscore preamble, right? Now, first of all, let us try to understand what do you mean by preamble in detail, and let's move forward with the coding. Now, basically, this start frame delimiter is a special byte in the Ethernet that marks the actual Ethernet frame will start now. For example, every Ethernet frame on the wire is going to look like this. So this is nothing but my preamble 555555. Like this, we are going to send total 8 bytes of the preamble. After preamble, we are going to send the start frame delimiter that is of 1 byte. This is nothing but my start frame delimiter SFD. Okay. Now, so that this particular SFD will mark the starting of the actual Ethernet frame, and before that, it is not an actual Ethernet frame; it's just a preamble. And why this preamble is needed, this and all we have discussed in great detail in the session number 1 itself. This particular preamble is used by our receiver to know the frequency of what exactly the transmitter clock frequency and all. So this is used for receiver to the guess the frequency of the transmitter, right? Now, so this actual Ethernet frame will start from now and it comes immediately after the Ethernet preamble. So Ethernet frame beginning, we are going to have this particular thing and we are going to have 55, which is nothing but my preamble will be sent 7 bytes, and after that we are going to send the start frame delimiter, right? Now, yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is my Ethernet frame structure where I'm going to have preamble. Next, after that, I'm going to have start frame delimiter. This is going to mark me the actual data starting. And this is nothing but my destination MAC address, source MAC address, and type. What type of you're following Ethernet protocol, whether it is IPv4 or IPv2 and all. Next is actual payload data and followed by CRC. So this is the actual Ethernet frame structure where first we are going to have the preamble and next followed by SFD. Now, this preamble is nothing but hexadecimal 55, and if you convert it into binary, this is how it is going to look like 010101 alternate values of zeros and ones. And your SFD is going to look like this 1 followed by 101010. So you can see here the first bit is getting changed. So this will basically receiver will come to know, okay, so it is getting 0101 alternate patterns, and whenever this SFD has entered, so first bit is not getting changed. So that means the receiver will come to know that, okay, preamble has been completed. Next SFD, that means the actual data will be starting now. So first bit is changing. This intentionally breaks the pattern. Here we are trying to break the pattern so that receiver will come to know that preamble has been completed. Next SFD is being sent. So why do we need a preamble? So that is what we are discussing about. So basically, if the two devices are connected via the Ethernet, so transmitter sends the data serially bit by bit, and receiver must sample each bit at exactly the correct time. So if it is not exactly sampling at the correct time, then it might sample and wrong bit, and it might enter into metastable state. So the receiver does not know when the sender start transmitting. If the receiver samples too early or too late, it may read the incorrect bits. Therefore, before sending the actual data, our Ethernet sends a known pattern called as preamble. And the receiver side, receiver is going to use this particular pattern for detecting incoming transmission and recover the clock timing. And it is going to synchronize its sampling logic. So that is the reason we are going to send a preamble. And for differentiating this preamble with our actual payload or the destination MAC address and source MAC address actual Ethernet frame, we are going to use a start frame delimiter that basically mark the starting of the frame. So here Ethernet preamble will be looking like this, which is total 7 bytes, which is nothing but 56 bits, and each byte is going to look like this. So entire preamble becomes this particular thing, right? So why do we specifically use 55? Because it is nothing but alternate patterns, and receiver clock recovery circuit is going to use this particular, the alternate patterns, and it is going to decide the bit boundary, bit rate, sampling points. Without this transitions, it's not possible. Okay. So what happens in the receiver? So suppose receiver was idle and suddenly it sees the preamble. So what it is going to come to know? Okay, someone is getting transmitting. So after observing multiple transition, it locks its internal clock to the incoming data stream. So this process is basically done by a clock and data recovery circuit. CDR circuit will be present, and that will be doing this particular clock generation according to the pattern which was sent by the receiver. So this is where preamble is used to. And SFD is basically going to use to start the actual data frame, right? Yes. So, and one more question. So is preamble part of a framelet? No. So Ethernet here minimum frame byte is 64 byte and maximum is 1518 bytes, and the preamble and SFD are not included in the main format. They only exist in the while. Okay. So this was about your preamble and SFD. Now let's see how we are going to develop our code. So TX underscore preamble, this is our block diagram which I'm going to have. And this particular block is basically going to have clock and active low reset as its input. So it is going to have TX underscore clock and active low reset we are going to have. And next I'm going to have start underscore in. So basically this start underscore in will mark the start of the frame. And next is ready underscore in. That means whatever the module which is going to receive this particular preamble and SFD, so that particular module will send me that it is ready to accept this preamble and SFD. And next is I'm going to have data underscore out, which is of a byte, data underscore out, which is of 8 byte, which is going to send the preamble and SFD through this particular signal. Next is valid underscore O. Valid underscore O is basically going to tell whichever the model which is receiving this preamble and SFD will come to know that it's a valid byte. And next is SFD underscore done underscore O. That means I have completed sending the start frame delimiter for receiver or whichever the model is receiving it. It should know, right? So whether this SFD is completed or not. For that, I'm going to use the signal. That's it. And after that, I have declared few parameters. One is preamble underscore byte, which is 55. I've shown you right why I'm going to use 55, hexadecimal 55. And next is SFD underscore byte, as I've shown you, D5. And next is preamble count, which is 7. So preamble, I'm going to send only 7 bytes. Okay. Next is I'm going to take an FSM, which is going to have idle, preamble, and SFD. And state variable is basically used for transitioning, and byte underscore count for counting purpose of the preamble. Now, in my when I'm going to apply the reset, then it is going to idle state, and my byte count will be equal to 0, and data will be equal to 0. I'm basically initializing every particular variable. Next, if this reset is being removed, then I'm going to make this SFD underscore done underscore 0, and I'm basically depending upon my state. If I'm in idle state, I'm making valid is equal to 0, byte count is equal to 0. And if I got the input start is equal to 1, that means I can start the process or the operation. Then whatever the preamble byte which I'm going to have, which is 55, I'm going to send it to my output data. And I'm also making valid is equal to 1, byte count is equal to 1, and state is equal to preamble. Okay. Now, in the preamble state, I'm basically waiting for the ready. That means whoever is accepting this particular preamble, if they are going to send ready signal, then I'm going to increment this byte count. And if this byte count has reached the preamble count, then I'm stopping the operation, or else data out will be given to preamble underscore byte only. So until and unless this byte count reaches this preamble count, I'm going to send the preamble byte only. If this byte count has reached the preamble count, then I'm going to send the SFD underscore byte, and I'm going to SFD state. That's it. Simple and easy process. So just we are waiting for that particular byte count to reach that particular count. And after going to SFD state, we are basically waiting again for ready. And if ready has been given, then SFD done is equal to 1, and valid is equal to 0, data is equal to 0, and we are going to simply add it state. That's it. So like this, we are going to send byte by byte information, and we are going to send a preamble and SFD information to our receiver module. Okay. So yes. So this is how we are going to develop our, preamble TX underscore preamble underscore SFD. And in our next sessions, we are going to discuss upcoming modules. And if you haven't watched the previous sessions, I recommend you to once go through and once watch it the previous sessions where we have discussed exactly which particular models we are going to develop and exact architecture of what is our project, right? Yes. So that's about this particular session. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel all about VLSI. Thank you for watching this video.